Greetings, class. My name is Sidney Williams. I live in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I have a 15-year-old son. I love traveling, working out, and my brand that I'm working on is a mental health and inspirational brand called Execute Your Greatness. For 11 years, I worked with at-risk youth. And the past 2 years, I've been working as a life coach, and I absolutely love it. I've worked on crisis hotlines and worked with veterans and just regular people. So I love that. The goal is I am working on my degree in biblical studies, an associate's degree. And the plan is to graduate in spring of 2026. I then want to go on to get my bachelor's in psychology with a minor in counseling, and then go on to get my master's in counseling. So what I want to learn from this class is I want to learn how to prepare correctly to be successful in speaking engagements. I put myself out there as often as I can, but you can always learn more to be better. So my story, I want to get to my story. My story has impacted me all the way up to today. And what I mean is in 2005, I was this young guy, I had a nice job working for the state of Washington, and I spoke terribly. I didn't know it, because if you don't know something, you just don't know it. But what I do know is one day I wrote this paper and I thought it was amazing. I thought it was the absolute best thing. And I took it to some very important people and I gave it to them for them to read. And not one of them, they all just handed it back to me with no thought, no conversation, no nothing. And it kind of hurt my feelings because I thought it was amazing and I didn't understand why they didn't get it. But what I realized is I speak so fast. I used to speak so fast that my brain was racing and my mouth couldn't keep up. So that's why I never got a complete thought. So one day I decided, you know what, Sidney, you need to slow down. You need to start taking a breath. And I started taking a breath. And when I did that, not only did my vocabulary change, my pace, my tone, everything changed with it. And what I mean by that is I started slow. I started writing sentences, just talking them out in my head, sentence, making sure that I was completing what I was saying. And then I took it to the paper and I started writing my thoughts out. But it still hadn't changed because I was still writing long, no punctuation or anything. But I started making sentences, small sentences, and I started changing my writing and the way that I spoke all in one. So I remember taking an assignment, and not an assignment, but a paper that I had written. I gave it to someone, and I remember them. I remember it so vaguely, so real to me that when I handed it to them, they were sitting there with their hands on their chin, and they were making head movements, and they were reading it like they understood it. And I was so excited to see this mannerism that I couldn't wait for them to tell me what they thought. And when they said, "Oh, Sidney, this is great. So when are you going to do it? What do you want to do?" And then we had a conversation about it. But not only I was able to articulate it in my writing and then verbalize it to them. So I've come a long way in being able to speak and get my message across to people. So I just want to thank you for allowing me to share this. And please execute your greatness every day and be intentional with everything you do.